Hi and welcome. For those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Dr. Beth Sherman, and I am currently serving as the interim director for Olivet's Ed.D program in ethical leadership. For many of you, I'm a familiar face. We get to work together as your dissertation coach, and so it's great to be with you. And for those of you who I haven't had a chance to get to know yet, I'm looking forward to doing so in the coming months. So as many of you know, each month we try to send out an encouraging word. It's often pretty short and simple, but something to keep you moving forward in the program. And for this month, we decided to share some information on growth mindset. And so something else you'll see in the email is there is a nice short video that talks about growth mindset from a very practical standpoint, and essentially helps encourage us to remember that having a growth mindset in simplest sense is being confident that we can do whatever task it is. Of course, we're all going to have difficult tasks. You all are pursuing one of the most difficult tasks, which is why so few people hold a doctorate degree. And so it's that confidence that you know you will be able to accomplish the task that is set ahead of you. And that's really important, especially for an EDD program and when you are trying to accomplish anything like running a marathon or something that's that challenging. But what I want to encourage you to think more about today is growth mindset in terms of the work that we do that's meaningful not only to you, but is very meaningful to God. And so for those of you listening to this, you guys are probably in all different areas of the program. Some of you are just starting and you're just thinking about, what kind of topic you want to pursue and engage with for the next 3 years. For others of you, you have gotten your proposal defended and you're really excited about collecting data. And then for some of you, you guys are approaching graduation, and so you're putting those finishing touches on your dissertation. But wherever you are in that process, where it's at the beginning or the end, we all know that there are steps in the process that are really exciting and they're really invigorating when we first get started with the topic, or we defend our proposal and we're ready to start collecting data. But if you haven't faced it yet, you will see that there are also going to be many challenges, and that's just a part of pursuing something this ambitious. We know that those challenges are going to come. And as I mentioned about that other video, there's some great strategies for how we can approach that with the growth mindset. But today I wanted to share with you also briefly a word from a book that has been especially encouraging to me by Parker Palmer that's called Let Your Life Speak. And he talks specifically about vocation and about the role that vocation plays to us, not just as people, but as Christians. And I think the same thing can apply to research and to this idea of growth mindset. And here's what he says. He says, today I understand vocation quite differently, not as a goal to be achieved, but as a gift to be received. Discovering vocation does not mean scrambling towards some prize just beyond my reach, but accepting the treasure of true self I already possess. Vocation does not come from a voice out there calling me to be something I am not. It comes from a voice in here calling me to the person I was born to be, to fulfill the original selfhood given to me at birth by God. And I'd like to encourage you to think about the work and the research that you're doing in this same way, that the topic that you've chosen, you chose it because it's important and it's meaningful and it matters. And for most of you, and I think about the students that I'm working with, you've chosen topics because you are helping people to be seen, to be heard, to create better systems for them. And so the work that you're doing is not just something that we check off our list, but it is meaningful to you. But more importantly, that work is meaning to God and it's meaningful to God's creation. So as you are continuing through the program and you are going to face those times that are challenging, that are overwhelming, where you feel like you might not be able to go on, I want to encourage you to remember not only to approach things with a growth mindset and use those strategies because those are great too, but also to remember that your work is important because it's important to God and it's important to God's creation. So maybe when you feel discouraged or you feel like giving up, remember the reason that you're doing research to begin with and the people who will be served by it. I hope you have a great rest of your week. I look forward to getting to know more of you in the coming days. Take care.